Welcome back, friends. As you can see, today's video is about the most beautiful opening lines in literature. So let's get started. The first one is Call Me Ismail. This is from Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Three simple words that instantly spark curiosity and introduce one of literature's greatest narrators. And the next one, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This is from A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. This shows a rhythmic masterpiece that captures the contradictions of an era. Then the next one, happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. This is from Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. It is one of literature's greatest observations about family and human nature. Then the next one, all children except one grow up. This is from Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. It's a magical invitation into a world where childhood never truly ends. Then we have this one from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It is a truth universally acknowledged. So it continues. It's a very interesting, very popular opening line. It is witty, ironic, and one of the most quoted openings ever written. Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself. This is from Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. It is a simple sentence that quietly and extraordinarily explores the events of a day. Then the next sentence is, someone must have slandered Joseph K. for one morning without having done anything truly wrong. He was arrested. This is from The Trial by Franz Kafka. It's an unsettling beginning that immediately creates mystery and tension. Then we have, it was a bright cold day in April and the clocks were striking 13. This is a line from 1984 by George Orwell. It is a subtle detail that instantly tells readers something is deeply wrong. Next we have, many years later, as he faced the firing squad. This is from 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel García Márquez. It's a breathtaking opening that blends memory, destiny, and magic. Then we have Last Night I Dreamt I Went to Manderley Again. This is from Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. It's a haunting, nostalgic, and unforgettable line. The next line is, you don't know about me without you have read a book by the name of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. This is from Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. It is warm, conversational, and instantly engaging, this opening line from Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Then we have another sentence, in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. This is from The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien. It is perhaps the most inviting opening in fantasy literature. Next we have another opening line, once upon a time and a very good time it was. This is from A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. It is musical and childlike, reflecting the novel's perspective. Then we have another opening line, ships at a distance have every man's wish on board. This is from Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. It is a poetic meditation on dreams and longing. The next opening line is, the sky above the port was the color of television tuned to a dead channel. This is from Neuromancer by William Gibson. Then we have, this is a striking image that helped define cyberpunk. There was a boy called Eustace Clarence Scrub, and he almost deserved it. This is an opening line from The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis. It is funny, memorable, and full of personality. All this happened more or less. This is from Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. It is brief but deeply thought provoking. The past is a foreign country. They do things differently there. This is from The Go Between by L.P. Hartley. It is one of literature's most profound reflections on memory. When he was nearly 13, my brother Jem got his arm badly broken at the elbow. This is from To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It is calm and conversational yet full of promise. 124 was spiteful. It is from Beloved by Toni Morrison. It is a mysterious, powerful opening line that immediately creates atmosphere. Now, why these opening lines endure? They endure because they spark immediate curiosity, they establish a memorable voice, they introduce central themes within a sentence or two, they create vivid imagery or emotional resonance, and they invite readers to keep turning the page. These opening lines are frequently studied in English literature courses because they demonstrate how a first sentence can establish tone, character, setting, and intrigue all at once, making them timeless examples of exceptional literary craftsmanship. That's all for today, friends. Bye.